Thanks for joining us for this look at the best original reporting from KPBS News this week. I'm Matt Hoffman. Coming up, the rollout of San Diego's Care Court program. Hear from one family who hopes to benefit from the intensive mental health treatment. Local teens learning about skilled trades will take you to an event up in North County that's exposing young people to careers that do not require a college degree. And more from KPBS's series on public art. We'll see how Encinitas has become a haven for colorful murals in recent years. We start with the issue that affects so many people in San Diego County, and that's the cost of living. A national report says this is the most expensive place to live in the U.S. Melissa May talked with an expert about the reasons why.
Housing costs are the big factor in the ranking by U.S. News and World Report. Frank Powell is the president of the San Diego Association of Realtors and says the average income for San Diegans is about $70,000 a year. But realistically, to buy a house here, you need to make about $180,000 a year.
That's what your base pay is, because the average house is now $1 million.
That's significantly higher than the national median sale price, which researchers at the Federal Reserve put at $431,000. U.S. News and World Report says San Diego also tops the list because it requires the most wealth to live comfortably.
All the bonds and the taxes and the cost of living. I mean, we have the highest gas prices here of all of America.
The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics says San Diego's 4.7% overall inflation rate was a full point higher than the national rate. Over the last year, the cost of food has gone up by 3%, and energy prices are up nearly 7%. And on top of the high cost of living, Powell says there's not a lot of room to build new properties.
We have, on the west, we have the ocean. On the south, we have Mexico. On the north, we have Camp Pendleton. And on the east, we have mountains. So there's only a certain geographical area that we can build.
One solution Powell suggests is building more accessory dwelling units, also known as ADUs.
An ADU is a way to take a little bit of relief from the housing build. So you allow someone to build a house on their property. So now you don't have a residential one, you have two houses.
San Diego was not the only city in California to make the list. 7 out of the top 10 most expensive cities were in the Golden State. Melissa May, KPBS News.
The city of San Diego recently stepped up its enforcement of homeless encampments. Now the county is heading in the same direction. Jacob Ayer says this decision was met with a lot of pushback this week.
We were in a van with no options.
In front of a nearly full room at the San Diego County Administration Building Tuesday, the Board of Supervisors considered a countywide unsafe camping ban. Jordan Bean of the Regional Task Force on Homelessness was one of dozens who spoke out against the proposal.
We've not had a month since March of 2022 where more people in our region have exited homelessness than began experiencing it for the first time.
District 2 Supervisor Joel Anderson is pushing the ordinance, saying it's necessary to help the region's ongoing homelessness crisis in unincorporated areas. He says it differs in some ways from the ban in the city of San Diego.
We're not the same as San Diego because we do have a housing element and a shelter element in our board letter, right? We're saying that we want to create more shelters, that this is a very important issue, and we want to address it on every level possible.
The ordinance would allow law enforcement to prohibit and abate illegal encampments, remove improperly stored items on public property, and protect vacant property from fire and pollution. Almost every speaker at the meeting spoke out against the county proposal, and many speakers had lived experience sleeping on the streets.
And we shouldn't be penalized or have my children in fear. They go to Crown Point Elementary School, Madison High School, and Beebe Middle School. We had to pitch a tent at times, 6 people in a van. There are no resources. And my kids are in fear of what's going to happen to their parents.
Bean said there are better solutions than this ordinance.
Our region needs to vastly increase the amount of affordable housing available to residents at all income levels. In the interim, we need all types of shelter options connected to coordinated street outreach to see real reductions.
Around the county, cities are starting to enact similar bans. Poway approved a similar ordinance in July. Santee made it illegal to have an ignition source in the San Diego River corridor, and the cities of Encinitas, El Cajon, and Chula Vista are considering similar bans. The proposal will be looked at by county staff and come back to the Board of Supervisors for further consideration. Jacob Ayer, KPBS News.
A new program to secure long-term treatment for individuals with severe mental health concerns is up and running in San Diego. I recently spoke to a father and daughter who are hoping that Care Court will help her get her life back. Care Court has a narrow focus of eligibility. The treatment program that could be up to 2 years long is meant for San Diegans living with untreated schizophrenia or other psychotic disorders. County behavioral health leaders say it's designed to break the crisis treatment cycle, a cycle that Nakia Lavender has been going through for nearly a decade.
I have went through so much, losing my family, losing my stability, being homeless, losing my mind.
Lavender says she was diagnosed with schizophrenia when she was 28 years old. She believes it was triggered by substance abuse.
I was using cocaine, and they said it was cocaine and fentanyl when I went into the hospital, so I think the fentanyl broke the dam.
The last 9 years or so haven't been easy. Periodic drug use means she hasn't always been taking medication meant to treat her symptoms.
You go and you get on the medicine and you start feeling better, and then you're like, oh, I don't have to take as much medicine, and then you start dwindling down on your medicine, and then it starts creeping back up.
She describes living with untreated schizophrenia as walking dementia.
And until you get the right hormones or whatever, the right nutrients in your body that makes you function correctly, you're not. It's hallucinating, it's seeing things, hearing things, it's really bad, and you can't function on your day-to-day, like eating, hydrating, stuff that's going to keep you alive. Even sleeping, it comes with insomnia.
Nakia recently spent a month in jail and was able to get sober, something her dad Timothy says was a blessing.
I think that began to change her thought process, change her feeling about that she needs some help, and that she can't do it on her own, and she can't continue to keep going down the same path.
Timothy lives in Northern California, but he's been with Nakia through all the ups and downs, something he calls a revolving door, especially when trying to help an adult child.
And it leaves you as a parent very frustrated because there's not much you can do. Then the biggest battle is getting Nakia to buy into the fact that she needs the help.
Timothy believes a long-term treatment program like Care Court will help his daughter change her life.
I feel that the Care Court is going to give her that routine back. It's going to give her that, and also give her that hope that she may not have at this time.
County officials say in the first week of the program, 6 petitions for care were filed, and they expect 1,000 or so over the next year. Family members, treatment providers, and first responders are among those who can do a petition for someone to have a treatment plan. The plans are unique and will vary from person to person. They could include housing, something that Nakia is hoping to get. Now 37, she says she's ready for long-term care.
So I need to get myself kind of back together so I can get back into my kids' life so we can get back to normal, like going to Disneyland, Yeah. Six Flags. I miss all those things, but if I can't function, I can't even be a part of it, Right.
No, I get you. I imagine it's tough.
And then when you're in your mental, you run from people, you hide because you don't know what's going on with you. So you definitely are ashamed. It comes with a lot of shame.
County officials say once a petition for Care Court is submitted, a judge will do an initial review within 2 weeks. In the meantime, Nakia is making some tough decisions to cut certain people or triggers from her life that in the past have resulted in substance abuse.
I have another chance and I don't want to lose it. I'm ready to jump feet first. Let's just go. Take me in and wash me clean, please, Like it's going to be my baptismal,
Her dad, Timothy, says there's been times when he would say he's done, but his faith and love for his only daughter is what keeps him invested.
With my daughter, I couldn't give up on her because I know she's gonna do some great things one of these days. She's gonna live a good life. She's gonna take care of those 4 grandkids that I have.
Timothy is planning to submit a petition soon. Matt Hoffman, KPBS News. San Diego police continue to enforce curfew with juvenile diversion programs, but KPBS reporter Katie Heisen found their records don't reflect that.
San Diego police records used to report the punishment for curfew arrests, often a diversion program, sometimes juvenile hall. But beginning in 2019, their arrest records started listing null instead. By that time, most large cities in California had stopped enforcing curfew. When I asked the police department why they changed how they were punishing curfew, they did not respond. I reported a story about curfew in September, and Jill Edwards' fam heard it on the radio, while, she says, she was driving her son to his interview for a juvenile diversion program for being out after curfew. Fam reached out to me. I visited her at her home in the Allied Gardens neighborhood.
I'd heard about curfew laws, but I did not realize that there was a punishment involved with it.
Was that surprising to you?
Absolutely, especially with this level of punishment. I think it's absurd.
Police stopped her 15-year-old son, who was a passenger in a car out past 10 p.m. His father is Vietnamese, and Pham says the other boys in the car were not white. San Diego police overwhelmingly arrest Black and Latino youth for curfew. In 2022, they made up more than 3/4 of the arrests. SDPD did not respond to questions regarding curfew punishment records. Pham's son was sentenced to a diversion program in order to keep the arrest off his record. He has to attend 5 workshops on topics like decision-making and values, complete 10 hours of community service, and handwrite a 600-word essay. Pham says if he doesn't complete those requirements within 3 months, he can be referred back to the police department for a misdemeanor. And she says she will be issued an arrest warrant if she fails to appear in court.
How does that feel as a...
Horrifying. I think that the police are there to protect and not, I would not think that this level of punishment is appropriate for a 15-year-old child who is out after 10 p.m.
What do you think would be appropriate, or do you think it should be the police's role at all?
I think the police, if they find some, kids on the street and they say, okay, it's a bit late, I'll call your parents come and pick you up.
The diversion program is in City Heights, and Pham and her husband both work full-time. She says organizing transportation is a burden. She thinks of the other families who may not have a car or may not be able to navigate the paperwork as easily. She says this has been her introduction to what it's like to grow up in America.
When I was in Queensland in the 1980s, we were considered to be living under a police state. So this may have been, I think this was even worse than what we would have experienced.
That's one issue.
Mike Males, senior researcher for the Center on Juvenile and Criminal Justice, calls curfew a very American policy and antiquated.
I don't know why San Diego is creating a crime here.
Research overwhelmingly shows curfew is not effective at reducing crime, and Males could not think of another city in California that still enforces it. In fact, he says,
there's no particular approach to juveniles once they're arrested that's effective. The truth is, you really just don't want to be arresting people in the first place. That creates a criminal record. It creates a lot of antagonism.
Males also takes issue that SDPD records no longer show the punishments for curfew arrests.
They shouldn't be getting away with just saying, we're not going to report what we're doing with them.
When I first reached out to Males, he didn't know that San Diego was still enforcing curfew. The state's online records, which are meant to provide transparency, list 0 curfew arrests for San Diego in 2021 and 2022. Despite the hundreds of arrests SDPD recorded. Pham says this experience has shifted how she and her son view the police.
I would avoid contact with the police because I'm really worried that if something this minor can lead to that level of punishment, imagine if you did actually do something wrong, then it would be, catastrophic to a 15-year-old child to be in so much trouble. And it would be hard to get out of that system, I believe.
I have repeatedly asked the police department about this lack of transparency and incomplete records. They have not provided any answers. Katie Hyson, KPBS News.
That story by Katie Hyson was one of our most popular stories online this week. Here's some others. An arrest was made in an alleged arson incident over at Gossip Grill. That's a popular bar and restaurant in Hillcrest. Oceanside is starting to develop a safe parking site for those who live in their cars. And a controversial biodiesel plant in Barrio Logan has decided to stop its operations. Sparks flew this week in North County as high school students tried their hands on jobs in the building industry. KPBS North County reporter Alexander Wynn says it's a chance for students to think about trade careers.
Nearly 700 students from 27 high schools in the area participated in the Trades Day event at Palomar College. They got some hands-on experience with drywalling, woodworking, and welding, to name a few.
It was super fun. It was a great experience.
Wolfgang Warshaw is a senior at San Diego High School's Geotech Academy. He's looking at a career in engineering, but wants to know his options.
We've been doing a lot of stuff this senior year, trying to figure out what's next, what the next steps are for college, mainly apprenticeships.
His classmate, Clarissabel Rodriguez, is looking for the same thing. Through Geotech, she's found a passion for electrical engineering and trades.
I want something to be able to learn fast and quick because my comprehension is very fast, and I just love engineering in general, like construction. I love trades.
Today's event was hosted by the Construction Industry Education Foundation.
The purpose of today's event is showing that trade careers are not dead-end jobs. In fact, you can make a lot of money doing it.
Carpenters right now are at $63,000 coming out of their apprenticeship.
Dustin Hildebrand is the foundation's youth program coordinator.
Today, a lot of these companies have internships or apprenticeships that you guys can start right out of high school.
He says there is a shortage of skilled workers in the United States right now, and the needs are growing.
So we're trying to introduce students to that career field at an earlier age, and try to encourage them towards that path of finding an apprenticeship or an internship right out of high school.
Beyond internships and apprenticeships, students can also get an associate degree in the trades, such as welding. Skilled workers with a college degree can increase their lifetime earning potential. Having tried his hands at welding, Walshaw says it's piqued his interest in the field.
I really do like it. It's something it's satisfying for me. I feel good when I'm doing it.
Alexander Nguyen, KPBS News.
We want to let you know about the next One Book, One San Diego event happening next week. We'll have virtual and in-person events with Antoine Eady and Gracie Zhang on Friday, November 3rd. They're the author and illustrator for Nigel and the Moon. That's our one book selection this year for kids. You can get more information and register to attend over at kpbs.org/onebook. The San Diego Council on Literacy says about a quarter of the county's population over the age of 25 is reading at or below a third grade level. Tanya Thorne tells us about an organization up in Oceanside that's striving to change that.
Our Oceanside, a collection of learner stories, is a book that pays homage to the diversity in Oceanside.
The story begins with a journey to the United States, filled with hope and aspiration for a brighter future.
Come here, she told me, sweetie, my mother one day. I still sing to her a heavenly melody and sound of her voice.
Lucid, innovative, build, read, appreciative, read, year.
I was frustrated because I found barriers. The barrier was English, but I keep going.
Each of these readers wrote stories in the book. But not long ago, they couldn't speak, read, or write English. They learned English at Oceanside Reads, a learning center that's been serving adults from all walks of life for 25 years.
Our focus is on helping adults reach their goals. So if you think of any adult basic education goal, be it citizenship, reading, writing, learning to speak English, reading with your children, we help people with all of those goals.
Chelsea Egley is the literacy coordinator at the center. There's only a handful of paid staff members. Egley says the real work comes from volunteers who help tutor English learners.
Our volunteers are the backbone of what we do. Our wonderful cafecito groups are led by volunteers, and we try to provide them the training and help them feel ready to do that. But really, it's our community helping community, which I think is so cool.
She says the center is a safe space for many people intimidated by the English language. Group lessons, as well as one-on-one tutoring, help each student reach their goals. Like Amalia, who felt nervous about trying to learn the language. She didn't want to share her last name.
I didn't know to speak English, only hello. But when I read a book, I understand a little bit. But when people talk to me, I understand never, nothing. But now I can speak a little bit when another people.
Amalia says students at Oceanside Reads help each other and create new friendships as they learn.
We have people that maybe they had to leave school at age 8 and then they're coming back at age 50. And then we have people that are doctors in their home country and then they're learning English and starting over. And there's a lot of power, I think, in introducing people to people that are different than them and being able to see the commonalities there.
And what all the students share is that they are present and trying something new.
But you can do it. You can be positive, and the thing bad that happen in your life maybe hurt you, but made you better.
The center always welcomes new volunteers and students. Hours for the center are flexible. Tutoring and group lessons vary between the center, Oceanside Libraries, and community centers. Tanya Thorne, KPBS News.
Those who have a ballot for the November 7th general special election in San Diego County can vote in person starting this weekend. The county will open 12 voting centers starting on Saturday. They'll be available daily 8 to 5 p.m. Monday through November 6th. For information on the various ballots and the issues, check out the KPBS Voter Hub by going to kpbs.org. From Cardiff to Leucadia, Encinitas is chock full of color and culture. It comes in forms of murals and other public art pieces. KPBS reporter Jacob Ayer looks at this North County beach town's public artwork.
As you walk, bike, or drive along Highway 101 in Encinitas, it's easy to spot dozens of murals. But that wasn't always the case.
There wasn't murals around. I had the whole town, man. I did so many murals around here, down in Cardiff, everywhere.
Kevin Anderson would know. He's been a longtime North County resident and was one of the very first artists to paint murals in Encinitas. He explains how it all started.
1995. So what's that? Almost 30 years. And I started right on D Street in Encinitas at a little Hawaiian restaurant, Keilani's. And that was my first mural in Encinitas.
His work hasn't slowed down since. The 66-year-old is constantly creating private and public art pieces across North County. He stands in front of a large mural he recently painted in the Leucadia neighborhood and describes why public art pieces like his matter to a community.
They're like windows. Beautiful windows to look through, that you see something that you don't see every day. Takes you out of the typical mindset of driving down the road. You're walking down the sidewalk and you're thinking of all your thoughts, and you look up and you see this giant mural and you just go, wow. It just takes you away for a minute.
There used to be just a few murals in Encinitas a decade ago. They've now blossomed into an abundance, with many public art pieces focused on the environment and different cultures.
As you go further down,
you can see them along Highway 101, some in plain sight, and others tucked away like hidden treasures.
He said he wanted to do some sort of memorial wall for them, and so that's what this is. And then his dog is Ollie, Zavishla.
Irene Pion is executive director of the Encinitas 101 Main Street Association. She says some of the murals started as a project to reduce crime in an alley. Over time, they helped make Encinitas into an arts hub.
Ultimately, what it has done, without us really knowing, is that it has really inspired a lot of artists, local artists that can do large murals like this, to come down and see downtown Encinitas as a location for art now.
But what spurred the push for more public art in the first place? Encinitas Friends of the Arts president, Naime Woodward, says it was one piece in particular back in 2011.
and then Surfing Madonna happened.
The mosaic showing the Virgin of Guadalupe surfing was originally installed under a public bridge on Highway 101. Woodward says it challenged the very notion of what is art versus graffiti, and it gave a voice to the artists in town.
It brought a lot of conversations in the community from every angle, and that was music to my ear. Very uncomfortable at times, but I think it catapulted the mural programs, and it just, again, put Encinitas on the map.
In the decade plus that followed Surfing Madonna, there's been a wide range of new artists coloring Encinitas. which is a welcome change for the seasoned veteran Anderson. He says watching the growth of public art in his hometown has brought him great joy.
If you look around Encinitas now, everywhere you look, there's murals. And a lot of them are painted. So in the last, 10 years, they've grown exponentially. It's become something.
There have been some creations that have stirred up emotions and controversy. A few public art pieces in town, like the Surfing Madonna, received a lot of pushback.
Some of them were offended because they couldn't figure out why Mother Mary or Guadalupe would be on a surf. But once it was explained, because Save the Ocean, that surfers are using and tapping into that divinity to save the ocean, they embraced it.
Pian says she wants even more murals in her town to further push its public art scene.
We do want to add more murals for sure, but we also want to be a lot more mindful of it, because the more and more murals you add, we want to be more purposeful of what they are and how it kind of sends or tells a story.
And Woodward wants to expand beyond murals.
But I do encourage people to see some of the sculptures, hopefully the ones they're going to go up on a temporary basis. There are 5 sculpture pads, they're coming.
After decades of work and countless brushstrokes, Anderson's vision for an art-filled city has arrived, weaving a large and tangible tapestry across his hometown. His influence is undeniable.
I wanted to live in a world where it was art was really important, and art meant something, and in a world where I could actually show people my art.
Now his murals are spreading into other cities across San Diego and California, and with them comes a little bit of the essence of Encinitas. Jacob Ayer, KPBS News.
We hope you enjoyed this look at KPBS News this week. I'm Matt Hoffman. Thanks so much for joining us.